Hi, girls. Nice to meet you.
Hello,
Hi.
lovely to meet you.
First, before talking about the TV show, I'd like to know if you've seen Mayor of Easton and what was for you to working with Brad.
I saw Mayor of Easttown and I loved it. I'm a huge fan of Kate Winslet's and Julianne Nicholson. I had not really known of Brad's work before. And I just was incredibly impressed with
Yeah.
his skill as a writer creator. And then, so when I got this script, I was completely excited. In fact, I was working with Kate Winslet at the time on The Regime when I got the script, and she said, go for it.
Yeah.
You got to meet him. You got to work with him because he's just a brilliant guy, really, really, and just a good guy, like a decent human being. So, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think, yeah, I did watch Mayor of Easttown, and it was one of those moments where, they communicate that maybe it's a limited series, but you're low-key hoping for a season two. And then you find that they're like, oh, here's a story in the same universe, even painting the picture that if hypothetically, like if you turn the corner, you could bump into Mayor. It's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that type of situation. And so being very, very excited to join the story because I did sincerely enjoy watching it. And I always preface it by saying that, when Mayor of Easttown came out, it was a show that I was like, I'm gonna let it sit. It's none of my business. It's not typically something that I would go for, but had heard such great reviews on it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let me see what the hype is about. And then absolutely falling in love with it.
Yeah.
And so I come now from a place where I'm like, as a South African, I'm excited for other South Africans to experience it because it's not a show that they would typically tune into.
Right.
But the story is undeniable. So yeah.
According that you say in tax, it's more important to get to know the layers of the characters than who did it. How was for an actor to deliver new faces of role episode by episode?
Absolutely. Well, that's Brad's writing style. And it's, I think that, it's what makes him such a fantastic storyteller, is really is understanding the sort of the qualities and the complexities and the nuances of human beings and why they do the things they do and why they make the choices they make or make the mistakes that they make. And that's what makes it sort of fun and interesting, rather than a regular old cop shoot 'em up sort of thing.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
I second that.
And what was the biggest challenge to play your character?
My biggest challenge, the most challengingest of challenges was the accent. That was, I remember at some point just like being in my apartment, I'm like, I'm gonna get fired.
No.
But Brad was nice enough to reassure me that no, I would not lose the job over an accent.
Yeah. No, not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I've always enjoyed the action part of it, like learning the weapons, how to handle a gun. Just raiding houses, the footwork, enjoyed that, welcomed that wholeheartedly. Yeah.
And for you, Marta?
Oh gosh. I guess the biggest challenge was just technical. I'm not particularly a gun person. I mean, I fired guns before, but learning the technical specifics of how to move in a room, how when you're apprehending someone, how to move with a partner while you're looking for someone in the woods, techniques of how to, don't hold the gun out here, hold it here, things like that, the specifics of it. And that's something that a person learns over time and training and months, and even years. And I had to figure it out in a couple of days. So that was probably the biggest challenge for me.
Yeah.
And it made me very grateful for editing.
But I'll say this because no one will ask this question. Martha is really good with cars.
Yeah.
Never actually see it. We had that. Yeah. No one will know
Yeah.
to ask the question.
Yeah.
I'll just say that when it comes to action, put Martha in a car.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
true. I am
You.
an aspiring
Thank you,
stunt driver.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
But-
I'm sorry, Marta. I want to say we love here in Argentina since the Goonies, and thank you for all your art.